3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Welcome to PaRANTing. It's a podcast about kids, but kids shouldn't listen. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. I am Mark Adam.
Hey guys, it's KTG, and guess who's back in my bed? Me.
I was like, where is this going?
Oh shit!
Then she throws the wrench. Me. That's right, because last week you recorded from the living room because the kids weren't home and Rod wasn't home, and you were like, "This is my house, bitch." And
I was like, "I'm gonna podcast wherever the fuck I want."
And today you're back to hiding in your bedroom.
And now I'm hiding again. Yeah. Well, right now nobody's actually home at the moment because Jillian has spring at again. She actually has provincials. She was in Moncton last weekend, so she has provincials this weekend, but it's local, so they're all at her game because I go to because we're doing this. So, but anyway, they'll be home probably shortly. So if you hear a ruckus, that's just them, or also my annoying ass cat who's meowing outside my door right now. So.
Yeah, my cat is going crazy here. I fed him 3 minutes before the podcast and gave him fresh water and all this shit just so he would like not meow, because last episode he like meowed the whole time. And so I made sure he had food and everything today, and he's just still just meowing his face off. This little psycho.
Mine's doing the same. Yeah, so I mean there's that.
What do you want from me?
It's the worst too because they can't tell you. They're just like, I don't know. I just want to either annoy you, or I'm hungry, or I'm thirsty, or I don't know.
You put food in my dish,
Whatever.
but 3 kibbles less than I had expected. So, like,
right.
anyway, whatever. Stupid cats.
Cats are dicks.
Cats are dicks. You are not dicks, people at home, because you're watching us and you're listening to us. That's awesome. We have the video available on YouTube. We have audio available all over the place.
Yes. Wherever you like to listen.
I would like to point you to our Facebook page where we post really sick memes and such. Facebook.com/PaRANTing, Twitter @PaRANTingPod, Instagram @PaRANTingPodcast, Snapchat @PaRANTing, and then YouTube. We don't have our own URL yet, so you're gonna have to bear with us. Go subscribe, help us out. Share the crap out of it. Get people to subscribe. Once we get 100 subscribers, then we can be all like, go to youtube.com/PaRANTing, bitches. I mean, like parenting, comma, bitches, not like /parenting bitches.
Yeah, no, we don't want to.
Although we are those parenting bitches, but it is what it is.
We definitely are those parenting bitches.
It's episode
if you want to go subscribe to that,
13.
because I know, lucky 13, right? Lucky number 13.
Y'all.
Is that a thing?
Y'all.
Oh.
Queen.
Look at us.
I'm very, very excited. I don't know what's going on.
Coffee.
Tea. I'm on it.
Ooh, spill that tea. Not like actually spill the tea. I mean, like we'll just talk. What is wrong? I don't know what is happening. I'll be over here. If you need me, just holler.
Yeah. What? Okay, so let's get to the meat of the matter. Let's move on.
Let's do this.
First of all, how was your week?
Week was good. I mean, busy as per usual. So just working, and we did have the kids this week, so they're officially on March break now. So they're super pumped with that, which is great. They're actually going to be at their mom's for March break, which is kind of great because then at least they have she has more flexibility to actually be home, whereas the kids would just be here by themselves probably on their electronics all day because we just don't have the time to take off. But anyway, this week was good. It was a pretty chill. The one thing actually, what I'm going to try and do, I'm hoping tonight, is to take a video. I bought these really spicy chips and I want to make the kids try them. So I'm going to record it.
There could be do they know you have the chips?
Yes, they do know I have the chips.
We could have done it as a prank. Hey, would you like a Dorito?
You know what? You know what I could actually get away with? You know what I might be able to do it because they're actually I found them. I don't know. It's their barbecue, but they're flaming hot barbecue chips. Anyway, I can just put them in a bowl and be like, "Here, guys, try some chips," and then just watch it happen. Oh my
There's an opportunity for a prank here.
god. Okay, I'll work on it because I want to do it tonight though. I want to see their reaction.
Because then we could put a PaRANting video up
All right, I'm on it.
for our
I'm on
Patreon members.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd
Good
be
old
awesome.
Patreons. That'd be wicked. How was your week, sir?
My week was, it's my first full week at my new job, like
Right.
full without having to do the double shifts at the old place, and so I'm not like I'm solely focused on it, and it's been great. Because it's a members based club, it's been a lot of like meeting the members, trying to put faces to names, figuring out. Like, this guy really likes to talk about wine. This guy really likes to talk about hockey. This guy likes to talk about bourbon. This, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like what people are really interested in, and it's actually been great. Then the members are really taking to me. I think I have one of those personalities where I get along well, especially in short bursts, like what my interactions are. with
So
guests.
basically what you're saying is that you're really good in just like small doses.
I'm
That's
very
what I heard.
good in short sprints. Absolutely. It's once people get to know me that they hate me. Anyway, that's a whole other thing. But what was interesting was last night I was at a social, and if you're not from Manitoba, you probably don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
No idea what that is.
So I won a prize. I won a social prize, and my prize was an Instant Pot,
Love that.
which was fucking awesome.
Is that like a slow cooker? Is that the same thing?
It does. It has a slow cooker function, but the
Oh.
Instant Pot you can also. It has a saute function, and it can be a pressure cooker. It can be a
Oh.
food warmer. It can be it has like 7 functions. One of which is yogurt maker. So yeah. So it's
All right.
one function is yogurt maker. One function is like rice cooker. It's
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like another slow cooker thing.
no. Like the
Oh,
lid
neat.
goes on and like snaps on, so you can use it like as a pressure cooker, as well as like all these
Nice.
other things that it does, and so
So do you have like a recipe book that goes with
that was
it to like
part of the prize, because it was like all these prizes. There's like packages, and they all like go together. So like there's the camping package, and it has a cooler and beer
neat.
cozies and
like,
all this
who
like
puts this on? Like is this just like a local community thing?
so no here's the fucked up thing.
Okay.
The concept, if you're not from Manitoba, and if you're from Nova Scotia particularly, like I am, like anywhere on the East Coast essentially, this concept is gonna fucking break your brain. So
I'm ready to be broken.
let's say I ask one lucky girl to marry me, and I'm unfortunate enough that she says yes, and I'm like shit. Now I don't want to put a bunch of money in this, because this probably isn't going to last. So then what I do is I have a big party where I invite a bunch of people that I don't know to come and drink cheap booze at a community center. And like it's a fundraiser, but for my wedding, so I don't have to pay for my wedding. So I go into my marriage with 0 vested interest.
What?
Yeah. Okay. So literally, they have a party where they get people to come, and they get like local businesses and stuff donate prizes, and they sell off raffle tickets and all this
So
stuff.
it's almost like a silent auction type thing, but it's like
Yes,
a
but you
raffle.
buy these like books of tickets
What
that
the
are all like numbered, and you go around, and like in front of each prize is like a little bag, and you put if you want to win that prize, you put however many tickets you want.
Oh,
in
okay.
that
Yeah.
bag.
Yeah. So kind of like a silent auction. You just
Kind of, but
Like,
instead
not
of
really
like
big,
instead of like
more-
writing like here's my bid. It's
Yeah.
it's just like you just
win it.
It's a raffle. It's not an auction at all.
oh my god.
Yeah,
And this is for people's weddings. Like they're trying to get money.
Yeah,
for their
wedding. So
wedding.
wedding socials. Sometimes they have them for causes like this family's house burned down, so we're gonna have a social, and then that money's gonna go.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I'm
which-
with you now. Okay.
All right, so we have those too. We don't call them socials. We call them fundraisers. because that's what they are.
Right.
So
Exactly.
but
I was thinking it was like this whole like mysterious thing, but I'm like, okay, I get it. I just
yeah,
realized
but like
I was
imagine
thinking
I'm getting married, you guys come pay for it. Like imagine.
I mean, that's the ideal situation.
I know, but like the culture in Nova Scotia is so different. It's like, hey, I'm getting married. I invite all your friends over, and then you provide the booze and get them fucking shit faced, and that's that's your
true.
party, right? And
Yeah.
then you go actually get married, and it's a thing. But
Right.
the argument that some people in Manitoba make is like, well, if I go to a wedding and I have to pay for my booze, I'm not going to that wedding. I'm like, well, you went to the
bye.
social and paid for the booze. You've already paid for this. I don't understand. Anyway, so
Well then, that's fantastic.
it's fucked.
And also
it's
hilarious.
fucked. The concept is inherently inside out as far as I am concerned. But
Brilliant.
I've been to 3 of them, and I have won 4 of the major prizes.
What?
Yeah. The first one I went to, I won one of them. I went this giant, like, the tea package. So it was like a bunch of different teas, and there was a new kettle, and there was big
Nice.
teapot and some really cool teacups and stuff. So that was cool. And the second one I went to, I was like, ooh, that's a nicer kettle, and I can use that one for camping. So I put all my things, pretty much, not all my things, but I put most of my things in this like other tea package with a whole bunch of different teas. I like tea. I don't drink coffee, right? So
Right.
for me, tea is like, it's my
It's your coffee.
it's my pick me up. Yeah. So anyway, but at that social, I also had I had 3 tickets, and I was like, I'll put it in this little thing over here, and I forget what it even was. It was like last year or something. So I forget. And I also, like, at the end of a social, you're absolutely just juiced. So
Right.
So I won that too. So I won both of the things that I put my tickets in. And last
That's
night,
fantastic.
I split my tickets evenly between this Instapot, and there was this Jets package, and had like a Jets jersey and tickets to a game and all this stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
so,
awesome.
Yeah, which was very cool.
Yeah.
But I didn't win the Jets thing, but I did win the Instapot.
So you still came out on top, really. That's fantastic. Love that.
So yeah, I'm pretty pumped about that. So, but the concept of socials is so fucked up to me. It's so fucked up.
Well, in that sense, yeah, because Rod and I actually went to recently was like it was a silent auction, but it was a fundraiser.
Yeah.
Locally here, so
For
like the concept.
what cause?
Well, this one actually was pretty close to us because Rod's a friend of his they went to a school with her one of her daughters is struggling with anorexia. And so she now has to go out to BC for treatment because there's nothing in Nova Scotia that really deals with that. Anyway, so there's a whole huge fundraiser just to raise money because she's going to have to go out there for like 3 or 4 months. Who knows really, but it was just like this, the whole community got together and was like,
well, but that's, but that's a good
fantastic.
Cause.
Yeah, no, it was
you
fantastic.
deciding that you don't have enough money to go get married is not a good cause.
Oh, that's exactly, yeah, 1,000%.
Right? Like, I'm all for having a party whenever you want to have a party. Absolutely. But if the entire point of it is that you go into your wedding, not having paid for it, like, you now have, like, you literally have, like, no vested interest. You haven't, there's no investment. There's no, so basically it's just like, you know what? I kind of don't like you. Divorce. Like, there's no, like,
I get you. I get it.
It's just weird to me.
Thing.
It's just weird.
Yeah, it is. It is
and
weird.
it's a cultural
100%.
difference, and I understand that. But Manitobans fucking that. Yeah, they love their socials, and they love honeydill. And you're from Nova Scotia, so you're going, the fuck is a honeydill, right? It's a sauce. It's this little sauce that it's like, instead of ranch, people ask for honeydill. And it's quintessentially Manitoban, to the point where I've spoken to Manitobans and they're like, how come you've never heard of honeydill? And I'm like, that's not a thing anywhere else.
Yeah.
And they were like, really? Like 30-year-old Manitobans who had no idea that honeydill didn't exist outside of Manitoba.
Right.
Which also is a very Manitoban thing. Not understanding what happens outside the confines of your
outside of it
province. Yeah.
Yep, love that.
But it's just it's anyway. So that was a mind blowing thing that happened to me last night, and then
Love it.
I
But you want a prize.
I
so,
left
like,
with
really.
a fucking Instant Pot. But
There you go.
here's the thing. I get invited to socials on a weekly basis. Probably more than that. But I've been to 3 because I knew two of the couples getting married. I knew. One of them I went with a friend and knew nobody but that friend.
Right.
And last night I went to this social at late. Like I got there late because I was at work. And I rushed over there and I got there just in time to buy some tickets, put them in the raffle, which they still call a silent auction. It's fucking not. Anyway,
Yeah. I get it.
fucking Manitoba. Anyway, I just
It'll be okay.
I
It'll all be
know.
okay.
It's just call a thing what it is. This is a cash grab. Anyway, and it's not an auction. It's a fucking raffle.
It should just be come pay for our wedding and then just come in.
It's
That's
exactly.
If we're gonna be obvious. There you go.
People actually do that. Yeah.
I did not know that
But
was a thing.
people
for
also
that
make
type of
enough
event.
money at these socials. People make enough money at these socials that they pay for their wedding and a honeymoon and a down payment on their house. Well, not so much that, but not that extreme.
That's insane.
But it's fucked up
That's
how much
insane.
money people make at socials a lot of the time. Now, this one I was at last night was a little different because it was held at an actual theater, like a music venue. Normally, it's at a community hall where your cost is nothing, but drinks were normal price, and people were complaining.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, but these people are getting married, and we're here to support them. And they're like, yeah, but drinks are $6. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Yep. And
What's your point? Anyway, because people are so used to I go to a social and drinks are $3 and I got shit faced, and then I'm like, who's getting married? And I'm like, oh, it's me. Anyway, so that's
yes.
Socials are a shit show. So I don't go to them unless I know the person.
No.
Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a reason
Makes
I'm going to this social. I'm not going to some random person's social to support the idea of socials.
I'm with you.
It's fucked. Anyway, moving on.
Let's
That
move
has
on,
nothing
shall
to
we?
do with children
No.
at all.
No, not
Except
at all.
for the
But
fact
that's
that
okay.
after every social, I wasn't very drunk last night. I got there late. I had 2 beers and that was it. But I have been to 2 other socials where dealing with a child in the morning with a social hangover is not on my to-do list again.
Dealing with any kids when you're hungover is just not.
But
it's just not a good time.
But again, $3 drinks, major prizes. But here's the thing: I went there. I spent $60. I bought $40 worth of the tickets, right? Because the money just goes right to the bride and groom directly, and then I bought 2 beers.
Yeah.
So I spent $60 and left with an Instant Pot.
It's fantastic, and you had a good time. It's social. It's a social. You're out being social with people, especially if you know them. It's great.
Yeah. But
anyway, I would love to move on because I really have a great story.
Okay.
Our first story.
Is this a news related story?
Yes.
Okay, let's jump to in the news then. Let's do that. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Because I think I sent it to you. But anyway, this is this happened. I think it was this week that it happened. But I had to write it down because the title of the article itself, the news story of it, was just that's what killed me. I screenshotted it and was like, we're talking about this. So
okay.
So the
for the record, I have no idea what she's about to talk about. So my reaction will be as genuine as yours.
Okay, this one, some of you have probably seen this already, but anyway, I saw it floating around on Facebook too. Anyway, the title of the news article was "Bus driver abandoned 30 kids at a gas station, flipped them off, and told them to go fuck themselves."
I read that, and he was charged with driving under the influence. And
it was a woman.
Oh, I thought it said it said he.
The driver is Lori Ann Makos. She's 44. Has previous, DUIs, but she was this. Okay, I wrote it down too because she was charged with 26 counts of child endangerment, driving under the influence, and careless and reckless driving. Just listen, I can't even put words together. But first of all, the title of the just the news article, what made me laugh. It's not a funny thing because you have an intoxicated, very obviously disturbed person driving your children.
Yeah, if I'm one of the parents of those kids, I'm livid. But if I'm reading that headline, I'm like, what is this? Yeah.
Right?
and Florida? Like, that's my first question. Where was this?
Right? This, I didn't even write it down, I don't think. I usually do. Anyway, it's Northampton senior high school students.
Northampton? I don't know where that is.
Yeah.
That's somewhere in the States, obviously.
They weren't like little, exactly. They weren't like little kids, but kids nonetheless. But there was like a few different quotes from some of the kids that were on the bus, and they were basically just saying that, you know, they were asking the bus driver to pull over, like to let them off. And then I guess she just, because she was, you know, speeding and like just, I guess she was like going around a corner and like way too fast. And anyway, it was quite the ordeal. I just, like I said, the whole title of it just cracked me up. But it's not funny, but the title was funny. I was like, because some of us can relate when you say you just want to tell kids to just go fuck themselves sometimes. I can relate.
Yeah, no,
excuse me.
Hold on. The company that she worked for was based in Ohio. So I have to think that it's somewhere near there. Somewhere in the Midwest, as it turns out. I'm not going to go through the whole article right now, but anyway.
Yeah.
It's surprisingly not Florida is basically what I'm getting at here. Because usually all the best stories come out of fucking Florida.
I think it's Pennsylvania.
Is that where it is? Well, that's not.
Northampton, Pennsylvania. Yeah.
Is that where it is? Okay, so not the Midwest.
Yeah. So there you go. All right.
So
anyway, in case you're wondering, but that I'm sure you'll be able to find that article anywhere because I saw it flying all over Facebook. So I'm sure that whoever's listening, you probably have already heard this. I just thought it was absolutely hysterical and also horrible at the same time, but I'm just glad that no one was hurt. But
an 8th grader that was on the bus, she said she was really fun when she first started driving us, but then she started getting weird. I don't know. She just seemed a little too friendly.
Oh my god.
We were freaking out. We didn't know if she was drunk or what.
Which apparently she was.
She said,
or at least intoxicated.
She said, "You kids are making me quit my job after 2 weeks," Schiller said. She drove over a bunch of potholes. I thought I was going to fall out of my seat. I almost hit my head on another seat. She opened the back doors and told us all to get out. After I got off, I looked back when I saw her running away from the bus and just leaving us there. Some of the stranded students began phoning parents to come pick them up, while others just started walking home.
Can you imagine?
Like, what
just
the
even being
fuck?
that kid?
Like,
it's so fucked up.
Yeah, I'm with you though. Like, I totally get the urge to go, "Hey, children, go fuck yourselves," but to just abandon 26 children on the side of the road and be like, "Peace,
bye,
bitches."
Yeah, like I think that's what's so funny about it to me. It's because no one was hurt, so like to me this is hilarious because I said
everything ended well, so it's like it's an easy thing to joke about.
Totally,
but it's not funny at its core. Like what happened is not funny, but the circumstances surrounding it are objectively funny.
Hysterical. Yes, just having that day where you wake up and you're like, "Fuck, I hate my job."
Right?
Be like, oh my god. Yeah, I just thought that was absolutely fantastic. God damn it, Lori. Get it together.
Lori-Ann? What the fuck? Lori-Ann?
Fuck.
I mean, she has Ann as part of her first name. Like as tag on, so you knew some shit was going to go down at some point.
Oh, good times. I mean, I don't remember ever having like angry bus driver. I remember having angry teachers for sure. When I was in elementary school, there was one teacher. She clearly hated kids. So I don't know why she was a teacher.
Like some people are like, they go into, they finish their degree and they're like, "Oh shit, with all the electives I took, I ended up with a fucking education degree. God damn it."
Yeah.
Like,
You have to teach shitty kids.
yeah, or they try to be like they're trying to get education degrees so they can become professors at universities and not deal with kids.
Yeah.
But then they're like,
Yeah, like
fucking grade 3 again. God damn it! Like,
right? I don't know. I mean, everyone. You can hate your job at some points, but if you really hate your job that bad, you need to reevaluate life choices. I mean, sometimes you end up in a job because you just have to make a living. I get that. Like, you just need to survive and make money, and you may not necessarily like that job, but I mean, there's been days where I was at work before and was like, you know what? I would just love to tell these people to go fuck themselves and just peace out. I don't work with a bunch of kids, mind you, and I'm gonna leave them on the side of the road at a gas station.
right? Fuck.
We're like, bye guys. Good luck getting home.
Yeah. Peace. Yeah.
Peace out.
All right. So, what else did you have on your list there?
I had a couple other feel good stories. I wanted to kind of
I like
we had a lot of
feeling good.
like, yeah. So we had like, the last probably couple episodes. There's been like some not so great stories. So I kind of wanted to keep it a little light this week. So starting off with a bang, Avi. So that one was fantastic. But the other one that I have for you today is we'll start with this one. So there was a kid at what's his name? I wrote it down. Just bear with me. Azzy Robinson. He's 15 years old. So he goes to Laverne High School. This is also in the States. So he's 15. I guess he is known in the school as like a very uplifting, happy-go-lucky kind of kid. And then some of his friends noticed that like he was starting to act a little different. He was kind of like, just seemed really down. And so they decided to there was a couple of kids of his friends, I guess, that decided to pull together and just do something really nice for him. So there's a video that I'll share on I'll share it on our Facebook page of the actual video. But these two students decided to give this kid who was clearly going through some rough times in the video. I think he's like wearing pajamas and stuff. His hair is a little disheveled. He just looks like he's just having a rough go. So they went and they bought him brand new pair of shoes and gave him a bunch of new clothes. It didn't get specific as to what was going on in his life, like what was happening. His quote in the article that I read was basically just, I was just going through a really hard time, and I don't really want to get into it, but it was like a really feel good type. These kids band together and we're like, we want to make you happy, because I guess he's the one in the class, I guess, that is usually the one that is making other people feel good and keeping them uplifted. So they like kind of gave back. It was really, really sweet. The video, there was of course the people commenting on it saying, oh my God, they're embarrassing that poor kid. And like, this is mean somehow. I don't know. If you read the comments.
I hate how like doing a nice thing is mean.
Listen,
when the fuck did that start?
Listen, and it was just there's just gonna be those people out there just being dicks for no reason. The whole story itself was awesome. The kid thought it was really sweet. It was a really, really cool thing. I'll share it on our Facebook page. You should go check it out, because it's very sweet, and it's so nice to see young kids, and especially teens, like in high school. It's hard. It's a rough go. Like, it's not easy. And it was nice to see like friends band together and be like, bro, we know you're having a hard time. We don't know what the thing is, but here's some stuff to make you feel happy. Like, it was really, really cool. It was very cute.
It's nice to hear about kids doing good shit, because usually what makes the news is not, right? It's,
right, exactly.
It's always 6 kids beat up another kid in school, and
yeah, and you know what? I know that shit happens and it's very serious. That's why we talk about everything here, but that's why I kind of wanted to put in a little couple of feel-good stories this week, because kids,
I like
especially
that.
Teenagers, are great. Like, they can be really thoughtful human beings, and there's some really great kids out there trying to do good things. So you don't get to talk about it very much. So just thought we'd throw that in there.
I like that. Thank you. Thank you for sharing
that.
That's really nice. I mean, it warms my heart.
Yeah, it was really sweet. So like I said, I'll share it on our Facebook page so you guys can have a look at it after this goes up. So,
I want to see that, because that sounds awesome.
Yeah, it was very cute. So I will definitely share that. I think it was all over Twitter too, which is where I initially saw it. So I'll find it, put it up there. You guys can watch it. It's just a really quick little video. The article's pretty short, it's just a feel good story, which is kind of nice to see from a high school, which we don't really get to hear a lot of those.
Yeah, no shit, eh?
Yeah. So anyway, there's good kids out there. Being a teen's hard, guys. Like, I know that we always joke about, kids being annoying and dramatic and all those things, but it's tough. Like, it's a tough
listen,
go.
I know fucking adults my age that are annoying and dramatic. Like, you don't have to be a teenager.
Yeah, fair. That's fair.
Teenagers get a bad rap because they're going through a lot of, like, hormonal changes, and so, like, it happens more. It's much more prevalent at that age than it is at, like, my age, your age, for us. But it's not like it doesn't happen.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah.
So,
but
what's next?
Just, another feel good, another high school type kid. Well,
just living in the high school websites.
I found some great stories of some teenagers this week, so I wanted to share them because you
have teenagers in your house and you want to think that maybe they could be possibly good.
They could be like nice people sometimes.
Maybe.
No, I mean, I get it. Maybe if I talk about it, they'll be like, "Oh my god, I can be a nice person."
Oh my god.
Oh my god. All right, so the third story that I have it's all in the States, but this one's in New Jersey. But there were the whole story kind of started. There's two brothers, an older brother who is, don't quote me on this because I remember reading the article. I only kind of took point notes, but the older brother is like an EMS driver, like he's a I don't know, EMS. So he has a little brother, and they had a big snowstorm, and I guess their neighbor that they know pretty well, she goes to get dialysis to live. So and they knew that because she gets picked up and has to go to the hospital every day. So there was a snow happening, and the older brother had to work, and so he.
Did you just say there was a snow happening?
There was Did I say
you
snow
mean it
happening?
Snowed, right?
I was going to say a snowstorm happening is what I meant to say.
Okay.
Snow was coming down,
okay.
So they knew that their neighbor had to get out somehow to go to her dialysis. So the older brother, his name was Brian, and his younger brother is Patrick Lanigan. So Patrick and Brian Lanigan. And he asked his little brother to kind of step up. So his little brother decided, who is in high school, he's high school age, and he got a few of his friends together at 4 or 4:30 in the morning. They went out and completely shoveled her driveway so that she could get out and go to her dialysis that morning. So, and they went to school after that. They kind of took a break and then went right to school. They were hoping for a snow day, but they didn't get it. It was only delayed. So they were up super early, which I think what I remember from the story is that they actually didn't even sleep at all. They just kind of stayed up because they were hoping to get a snow day, and then it didn't happen.
Oh no.
So they were up early. They went and shoveled the driveway. She was able to get to her dialysis appointment, and then the boys kind of just hung out for a little bit and then ended up having to go to school that day. But it was pretty cool. Like, you get
That's
these
awesome,
bunch of
though.
high school boys. Yeah, they, neighbors too, right? Like having great neighbors like that. Not even just necessarily like the kids, but like they kind of stepped up, which was really sweet. And it's good to take care of your neighbors. Like, we've got really great neighbors here too.
Well, I live in an apartment building, and I haven't had a problem with any of my neighbors, except for one, but he got evicted. But
Yeah.
what great come out of that was that the person who moved in now has a kid just a little bit older than Amelia. And so
Yes.
now Amelia has like her best friend in the building. Like,
Oh,
it's
I
my
love that.
best friend. And I was like,
I
so
love
what's her
that.
name? And she's like,
I don't know. We're not on a first name basis. We're just besties. Like,
Yeah.
what do you want from me?
It's like, hey, girl I like, let's go play.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
So
Yeah.
she's so pumped about that. Like having,
love that.
But it's great that the other kid is also pumped about that. So that's really
Yes.
cool.
That's also
I like that a
fantastic.
lot. But they're getting along famously. It's great. It's
I
great.
love that. That's really sweet.
Yeah. So
that's what I missed.
when the snow melts, we'll be able to
Sorry.
go to like the park and hang out.
Together.
And they can play on the slides, and I can just drink beer surreptitiously with nobody noticing, just in the
Absolutely,
park.
Yeah, why not?
That's my goal. Is to
That's the bonus of being an adult.
sit at one of the picnic tables at the park. Let her run around. There's a big splash pad, and there's two little climbing things. One for like older kids, and one for the younger kids. Amelia's outgrown the younger one, but still likes to play on it sometimes.
Yeah.
But I'm real pumped.
cool.
I'm real pumped that
I love
she's
that.
got this friend that she can hang out with, and
Yeah, that's what you know what when we moved here where we're at, the girls' mom's place is in like a cul-de-sac area, and all of their friends were like within walking distance to the house, so they could go and hang out with their friends all the time. But when they're with us, like there's no one really here that's their age. Like there are some kids that they're just all different age groups, and we're not like in a, I don't know. We all get together, but they're not like friends, I guess. So they didn't really have like kids to hang out with.
yeah.
Like every now and then they would come up, like in the summertime, especially. Like in the winter, we all just hibernate, and like we it's so funny, we joke about it, but we all like come out when it's summertime. We're like, oh, hey, shit, I haven't seen you in like a year. Like all of our neighbors just decide to come out. We all hang out in the summertime. We've all got fire pits and just hang out. And
all the snow's coming. You're just like in your house being like, God damn it.
yeah, see you guys next year.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like we could hang out, but
Pretty
we'd have to
much.
break out the shovels first, and that sounds like no fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Could literally just walk across the street, but I mean, it's cold. But anyway, I just wish that the kids had like more kids their age, but it's fine now. I feel like as they're older, like we just go and do stuff with them. We just go like I said, we go to parks, we kick the ball around. Ball season's coming up, so we're going to start, going to the field and playing some catch and hitting baseballs, all those fun things.
Yeah, makes sense. What's cool about this girl in the building being a little bit older is that Amelia is she's a little bit advanced for her age as far as dexterity and the things she likes to do. So when she plays with kids who are her age, like her exact age,
Yeah.
a lot of them can't do the stuff that she can do, or they're not as independent about stuff. Like Amelia can go to the bathroom and like everything by herself, and has for a while.
Yeah.
Like the wiping and everything, right?
Yeah.
So, which as a parent of a 4-year-old, like if you had 4-year-olds in your house, you understand that's it's very, very exciting as a parent.
Yeah.
It's like, do you need help? Do you need help? No, you got this? Okay. Enjoy. Yeah. So, but that's really exciting for me. But having a kid that's a little older means Amelia is communicating on her level already. Like she's one of the most insane talkative kids I've ever seen. But she's also like capable of playing all these games and running around and coloring and what like everything that this kid who's just shy of 2 years older than her can do. Amelia can do.
That's awesome. It's nice to have that. It's nice to have that for her too. I find like I don't know if it's just a girl thing, but I remember when I was growing up that I was always infatuated with older girls. Like I always wanted to like hang out with them and like I don't know. I mean, well, Jacqueline and I used to be the same way actually, because I remember we were younger, but she would like follow me around, and like when you're the older one, you're like, oh my god, you're so annoying.
Yeah, and that was you guys following Amanda around.
Exactly, that's what I mean. Like you're always like more.
Amanda is my
with
sister
the older.
for the people that don't know that are listening.
Oh,
Amanda is
yeah,
my sister.
And Jacqueline's our cousin.
Jacqueline is yes. So exactly. So
sorry, yes, context. I forget that it's not just you and I talking.
Yeah. But
I mean,
it feels
like,
as comfortable as that. But
Yeah.
our listeners are like, who the fuck are these people?
Like I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry. Yes. For context.
Katie and I have a cousin named Jacqueline, and my sister is named Amanda, and so that puts that whole story into context now. So, and my sister,
Right, we're all,
like,
yeah.
I'm
my
the
bad.
oldest, right? Well, there's me and Laura, your sister.
My sister. Yeah, you guys are like
We're pretty
couple
much
of
the
months
same
apart.
age, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, but Laura,
And Amanda.
But Laura is a different case as far as like the social circle is concerned.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my. Well, if any of you know me, my sister, she's special needs, so she has spina bifida. So that that's what you meant by that. So yeah, it was a little bit different because we spent more time together. My sister didn't. She was home a lot. Like she had, anyway, just a whole lot of slew of crazy things when we were kids. Like we spent the majority of our time at the hospital more than anything. But
yeah, but because Laura has she's got a learning disability. Obviously, she's spina bifida.
Yeah.
So she wasn't like when we hung out. She wasn't really part of like playing with us.
Yeah.
But so
especially as a kid, you don't even understand it. I never even really understood it, to be honest with you. Like I didn't see her as really that different.
No, I know. But she used to talk, and it was like hearing Nanny's voice come out of a person our age. It was so fucked.
Oh my God, it's still the same.
I know.
She will talk your ear off for
I
hours if
know.
you let her.
She's so crazy.
She's the best.
Yeah.
She's really the best.
But
she's
like,
so funny.
But she's so friendly. Like she'll talk to anyone. Anyone.
Oh my God. And if she loves you, she fucking loves you.
Yeah.
Like if she clicks with somebody, you are now her best friend in the entire world. And it's so funny because I think about, like, yes, she has a learning disability. Like, I would say that sometimes like her mental maturity will say is probably that of like a young, I don't know, like say 8 to 10-year-old type maturity level. But then on other levels, she's so mature, but so smart in other ways. Like you tell her your birthday, she will remember that shit forever. And she will text me or call me and say, don't forget it's so-and-so's birthday. I'm like, I haven't talked to that person in 4 years, but okay, thank you.
Yeah. Because I remember she used to call the house when I lived with my parents. She used to call the house every year. Like, happy birthday, Adam.
Yes.
And then it was like Nanny was like, so what's new? How are you doing? Like, it's like, oh God, like this, I'm in this conversation forever. But then Nanny would call and I'm like, I can't do this again. It's like having the same conversation twice because Laura's so much like she I think she idolized Nanny and she's taken so much after Nanny. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's so funny. And she's still the same. My God, it's just always she's very much into shows and movies, and so oh my God, and she knows actors. I don't know. She's just insane. It's amazing what her brain can do. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, her focuses. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because she's a very much of a collector. So if she finds something that she likes, she needs to have all of it. So if it's a TV show and it comes out on DVD, she has to own all of them.
Yeah.
So it's just anyway, she's the best. She's awesome. So anyway, like the whole point of that was that, yes, it's a different level of playing when we were kids. So you and I and like Amanda and Jacqueline were more close because we played together more,
yeah, but also like
played whenever.
I didn't play with you guys as much. Because I'm the only boy on that side of that whole side of the family. I'm the only boy, and I'm the oldest.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
but you did play with us sometimes. It was mostly to just like pick at us.
Yeah, well, whatever. Sometimes, when I was bored, you know. But like I would watch you follow Amanda around, and I would watch Jacqueline, who's like the baby of the family, follow you and Amanda around.
Yeah,
it was funny.
A little train of girls. That's what I mean. Like, I think girls, I don't know if boys do that in a sense, but I know that from when I grew up, like, that's what it was like. I was obsessed with older girls, and then the younger kids were obsessed with me. And, like, the older ones always annoyed with the younger ones. It's just, like, a constant thing.
Yeah, my experience of boys is just, like, you don't want to play with the older boys because they'll beat you at all the things that you're going to play. Like,
oh, fair. I didn't...
Right? Because when you're playing sports... And there's a kid at that age, like when we were like 10, 11, 12, like 1 year of development was a lot. And so playing with kids who were like 2, 3 years older was not something that you enjoyed because there was no fucking way you were going to win. Like actually though, like, and because boys tend to, we're generalizing, don't jump on me here, but boys
don't come for me.
Boys tend to be a little more aggressive and competitive, and women absolutely have that capacity. Don't fucking think that I'm saying they don't. But in general, boys tend to be more competitive and more physical.
Like with each other. Like they're more, they're more of an, instead of us going out and hanging out, they're going to go and wrestle. Like it's...
Yeah, so boys don't like playing the younger kids because it's... Like, I also don't want to win easily. So playing against, playing sports and games and whatever with kids my own age was what I wanted to do. I didn't want to, like, move out of my age bracket because it's either no challenge or no chance. So I wanted to live in that, like, it's hard to win, but I can still win. I won't win every time, but I'm going to win. Sometimes. Right? So
exactly.
I like that. That's where boys sort of live, in that, like... that competitive sweet spot, because you don't get better by playing people worse than you at a sport, but you also don't get better by getting your ass handed to you every time. So you want to live in that range where you're playing against guys who are possibly better than you, but you're learning, and then you get better than them, and then they learn from you, and they get better. Like you develop each other by the competition, and that's
right.
But that also comes from a place where sports were the most important thing to me then.
Right, and that's what I mean. Like, yeah, exactly. Like kids, they all have different interests, so not necessarily all the girls out there are just gonna like want to go and like dress up and like do all those things. There was sports and all those. I played with, you know, the little dinky cars and stuff like that. Like that was like my jam. I gave no fucks when I was younger. Like I never put myself in a category as like, I wouldn't say I was a tomboy, but I also wasn't a girly girl. So like, I just was like, this is what I want to do. And like, that's what I'm gonna do.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it. Anyway, there was another thing I wanted. I don't have any other stories. Those were like the feel good stories for today. But there was one thing. There was one thing that I posted last night, which you saw, I think, and my father saw his message this morning. Okay, I was triggered by this picture because
just like imagine her like, I'm gonna try and make this post funny, but really inside I'm broken and raging.
I'm also crying. So because I saw this picture and something inside of me was like torn up about it because it's so funny. So it's a picture of a cat, and the way that its color of its fur looks like it has just this harsh bangs happening in the front. Like it's black and it's just this harsh cut across, and it has like a little white face. You can see it on our Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. It's all up there.
Yeah.
I posted because that was actually my haircut in grade 6 because my mom.
We need to find that photo and put it next to it.
I was trying to find a picture because in grade 6 I had the bangs and then I had the mushroom cut to go with it. So like I had the hair underneath my ears was where it was cut, and then the harsh bangs across. That was grade 6 for me.
So she was like, big bowl, cut around, and then she was like, bangs, smaller bowl, just cut across.
Well, right. Except my mama did not use any bowl, and she's like, I'm gonna freehand this shit.
Wow. See, I was expecting like salad bowl, side salad bowl.
That's actually really funny. I wish at least it would have been straight across, because this is what triggered me.
Because it's not even.
Cutting, and she was like, oh, it's not even. I need to cut a little more. Oh, it's still not even. I need to cut a little more. I swear to God, for those of you who can't see this video right now, but like if you had like maybe like the top part of your thumb, like where the first knuckle is, like from your middle of your forehead down, that's where my bangs were. Like it was up.
Are they even here. Bangs then? Do you even bang, bro? Wait, no, that's not.
Okay, wait, that's not
what I meant. That's not what I meant.
We won't go there. Anyway, I know what you're saying.
You know what I meant.
I know what you meant, but like.
Okay.
It sounded different.
Yeah, no, I heard it as soon as I said it. I'm like, nope.
Retract.
Put those words back. God damn it! All right.
Anyway, that triggered me so bad, and my dad commented on it and was like, "Bah ha ha, I remember this."
That's the worst. When your dad's like, "Ha, I remember that. We did that to you, your parents."
But that's okay. But my dad, like, because we weren't living together at this time, right? Like, my dad, they're separated or whatever, right? Like, divorced when I was, like, 3. So, but dad remembers me, how I was unconsolable for, like, a really long time. I went to school with a hood on, and I kept my hood up, and my teacher made me take my hood down, and I wanted to die. So,
like, thanks,
the picture, that picture brought a whole lot of feelings back up.
All it is like, it's this funny cat, and you're just like, no, the horrors. It's
right.
Like it's like a bad LSD trip that just comes back out of nowhere. You're just like, oh no.
Like, you know those panaways where like the face goes like stale, and like they in the background it's like all the war and the guns shooting and all of this like PTSD thing. Not to make fun of that, but like it's like one of those things, and you're like, that's where my mind went. I was like, oh my God, all these like feelings came rushing back of like how
the flashbacks.
Horrible this was. Oh my God, it was the worst. It was the first and last time my mom ever touched my hair, and I even mentioned it in the post, was like, I never had bangs after that. I was so traumatized by it. I will never have bangs ever again.
No, to be honest, it's 2019. Nobody should have fucking bangs.
I mean, some people look really good in them, but like, I just...
All right, show me a picture where somebody looks good with bangs.
Oh, I don't know. I don't have that kind of time. Yeah, I do. I just don't want to.
Fair.
Anyway, I just had to get that out there because it was just boiling inside of me, and And if you've had bad haircuts, there was someone who commented on our Instagram and said, and And well, you had hair when you were a kid.
I did, and it was shitty.
It was very curly.
Do you remember when I had the rat tail and then it turned into a mullet? Do you remember that?
Those were the best years.
No.
Ever.
No.
Yes, they
Disagree.
were. They were fantastic.
And
like in a horrible way.
Oh,
but, like,
it was fucking awful. Oh man, when I had the rat tail and an earring, remember that?
I mean.
Oh.
Anyway.
None of those. I hope none of those pictures exist.
I am calling Chris.
No.
I'm calling
fuck
Chris.
off. Fuck off. Fuck right off. No. No.
She's my go-to. Love her.
Yeah. Fucking traitor. She's like, yeah, absolutely. I'll fucking give him up here. Like,
Do you get some oatmeal for me? Yeah, here you go. Silver plattered it right up for me. It was
God
fantastic.
damn.
Love her.
no, not helpful. Mom, if you're listening to this, not helpful. Do not help Katie.
Please help me, first of all. Secondly, if any of you have horrible, like, I want to see the pictures. I will find mine somewhere and I will post it. But if you have pictures, I'll post mine and then please put yours underneath so we can all die a little inside together and reminisce. Because, yeah, and I'm talking
Being
to you.
a kid is hard. It
is.
It's harder than adulting. You just don't realize it's hard at the time.
Right,
Until
but
you're
it's so
done, you're
funny
like,
to look
man,
back
I
at it.
really fucked up. Like I could have done all this stuff, but I did this instead and had a fucking mullet. It was a bad time, and I didn't know.
Listen, kids make bad choices.
Agreed.
And sometimes they're not even our own choices. Sometimes they're our parents. I'm like, Mom, there were some photos. I'm like, Mom, what were you thinking?
Listen,
what
if you end up
what am I
talking,
wearing?
if you end up talking to my mom, ask her how I fucking ended up with an earring in the first place.
Okay, that's a story.
It is, and I'll give you the Reader's Digest version right now. We were at a house party at Uncle Gene and Aunt Teresa's house. Okay,
Excuse me.
we were at
Yes.
a party, and you know how he had a bar in the basement and all that. Anyway,
Oh yeah.
right?
Anyway, yes.
So, my parents were drunk.
No.
Yeah, and
No.
one of our aunts was a hairdresser and had a fucking, like, she did piercings and stuff for a living.
Yeah.
Also drunk at this party, had her shit in the car. So my parents talked me into getting an earring. Me and Doug, like our Uncle Doug, Jacqueline's dad,
Oh no.
him and I went splits on this like set of earrings, and I got my ear pierced that night, and so did Doug.
I did not know this story, and I'm like traumatized for you.
Now
Doug, I'm not surprised.
imagine, I fucking forget how old I was. 13, I think, at the time. 12 or 13, somewhere in that range.
Oh my god.
So
That's
we go to a house party with our family. My parents get drunk and talk me into getting an earring. And the best part was, there was this kid on my hockey team, and he was from Germany, and his parents
Yes.
were very strict. But they knew that my parents were very strict. And so
they trusted them.
But his name was Jerry. Skibinski was his last name. Jerry Skibinski. And he wanted to get an earring. And his parents were like, no. And then they were like, you know what? If Adam Lardner gets an earring, you can have an earring. And I showed up to fucking school with an earring.
Oh no.
And his parents were like, what the fuck? So he got an earring. Not a joke. That's a real thing that happened.
Because you can't go back on that.
No, they were
what are
like,
you gonna do?
well, fuck.
Shit. Thanks, Chris and Mark. Good job.
Exactly. Oh,
Damn you.
man.
Oh my god. That's when you just, if you can't trust those other, well, that's the thing, they trusted your parents.
Now, I'm sure my mom's version of this story is different, but that's the fucking way it went down. As the sober party in the room, because
Yes.
I was 12 or 13 years old,
Uh-huh.
that's what happened, is my parents were drunk and talked me into getting an earring.
Uh-huh.
And then I had that earring for like 5 years.
That's fantastic.
I still have the hole in my ear. And
Well, yeah, they don't go away.
3 days ago, Amelia was playing with my ear and she goes, Papa, you have a hole in your ear. We should put an earring in it. And I'm like, no, never again. That's my bangs. That's like I'm traumatized. It'll never happen again. 5
Bangs and
years I kept
earrings.
that stupid thing. And then one day I took it out to play soccer and I just never fucking put
Never
it
put
back
it
in
back.
and it grew over.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
but the evidence
Never
remains.
looked
I got
back.
the hole in my ear.
Yes. Oh my god.
Remember that time
Yeah,
I
the
was
only
I was
evidence-
a fucking East Coast pirate? That's because people in Manitoba, as soon as they hear me, they're like, "Are you a pirate?" Because I have that hard AR guitar fire car. So people in Nova Scotia are like, "I don't hear it," and people everywhere else are like, "I hear it." So,
The kids in Rod make fun of me for the way I say things all the time.
but they're
And
from
they're
Nova
like-
Scotia.
I know, but listen. Apparently, I say like bagel weird. Like
That is
I'm gonna go
weird.
make a
Don't say
bagel. Okay. Well, how else do you say
Bagel.
it?
Bagel.
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 That just
not
sounds
bagel.
weird. Bagel.
It's not bagel. It's bagel.
Okay. Well, apparently I'm fucked.
You are fucked.
apparently-
That's true, but that
Okay.
might not be
Well,
for
and
this
I also
reason.
say car,
Car, yeah.
right? Car. So apparently I say that weird.
Yeah, I didn't
Car.
hear it. I didn't hear it. Bagel,
Right.
I heard.
All right, fair enough. I'll think of some other ones.
Say it
to make
again,
fun of
say it
me for
again.
Later. Bagel.
Bagel.
Bag.
Bagel.
Beagle.
Like think
Beagle.
like I love my bay. Bagel.
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 Bagel. No, I don't even know anymore.
It's
I'm
not
confused.
it's not a bag. It's not a bag.
Bagel.
It's fucking food.
Bay. So
Bay.
so what I'm saying is bagel.
You're saying
It's
bagel.
Bagel.
Yeah, it's not bagel. It's bagel.
Wait, everyone listening to this is like, Jesus fucking Christ, no one cares.
Yeah, we're over this. Move on. Okay, so
Oh my god.
top
Sorry,
tweets.
sorry.
Top tweets. We're running out of time. Let's do the top tweets.
I know. So this is Listen, it is what it is. This is how this works, right?
Yeah.
Just
Just
we don't know what's
sidetrack left, right, and center.
Listen, I made fucking notes this week, so
I'm so fucking impressed. When you showed me your
Just
notebook, I was
saying.
like, for reals?
for reals, bitch. And I've been like trying to keep up on our posts and stuff this week.
Which I
I'm
appreciate because starting the new
trying.
job, I've been really focused on that, and I'm really sorry that I haven't been helping as much as I probably should.
I got you. Sort of. I'm working on it. But
Thanks.
we're getting there. I'm getting better. Like I'm like not like going from like Saturday posting to like next Saturday posting.
Yeah. We're not like a week
so-
between posts. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
listen,
exactly.
Love you, cuz. You got this. You got this.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. All the love. Okay, so for top tweets this week, I've saved a shit ton this week because I found some really, really good gems, and there's so many of them. So I'm flipping through right now to try and find the one that I was looking for. But I'll start with this one. I think I follow her on Instagram and Twitter. So hers is at sarcasticmommy4 on
Okay.
Twitter.
Okay.
She tweeted, "So much for my husband thinking he was a cool parent. He just asked my son who he was snap facing." It's close. Snap facing.
Yeah,
I
but
guess.
you lose any credibility as far as like being the young hip parent at that point.
I know, right?
You immediately become that old curmudgeon that's like, "Get off my lawn!" Like that's immediately what happens when you mispronounce internet things. You're immediately like, "Keep that music down!" Like you're that guy.
Yeah, the fist shaking and these kids these days type. Yeah, I'm with you. Okay, so here's another one which I loved. This one is at Beegs on Twitter. It's at BEAGZ. His actual name on it is Dadisms, which that was pretty great.
It's pretty good.
So he tweeted, "You know what's worse than dropping your phone on your face? Dropping your phone on your kid's face when you're trying to see if she's sleeping or not."
You're in for a rude awakening.
Oh, and there'd be nothing worse than like sneaking in and be like, "I can't tell," and like just like shining the phone in their face to see if they're awake and then just dropping it.
That's brutal.
Oh my god!
Have you
'Cause
seen
we've
that
all been
phone?
there where
There's this new phone that like it's designed with like a gigantic battery that lasts for like a week at a time or something. And
What? No.
It was like this awesome looking phone. I'm like, oh my god, like that battery would be awesome. That was my first thought. And then the tweet right underneath that was, "Imagine dropping that on your face."
oh, fair. That's fair.
And I was like, oh yeah, it's like a brick.
Jesus.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm going in between a couple. So I'm gonna just end with this one. It's a tweet from at Silky Mamas, and the tweet says, "Remember when you and your BFF said you'd have babies at the same time, go on fun family trips together, except now that you actually have babies, you see each other maybe 3 times a year? That was fun."
Yeah.
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 I
For any of you who are like actually plan to have kids,
I was for sure not planning on kids.
Yeah.
She was 100% an accident. Best thing in my life.
Best
But
accident
I always have to qualify it. Why do I always have to qualify it? Why do I have to qualify that I didn't?
You don't.
I didn't want kids. I love Amelia to death. She is the best thing in my life. But I did not want kids originally. That was not the plan.
And you don't. Parents out there, you don't have to justify that. You don't have to say that. You don't have to be like, my kid was an accident, but it was like the best thing ever. It's like,
right?
no,
Because I don't have to do that with Winnipeg. I never wanted
it.
to live in Winnipeg. Winnipeg sucks. Like I don't have to qualify Winnipeg. Like, but we I didn't want to live in Winnipeg. Now it's the best. Like no, it fucking sucks.
Exactly. If you plan to have kids, fantastic. That's great. If you don't plan to, but you're like, oh well, I guess this is happening. Then you're just adulting the fuck up and having a kid. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you planned it that way.
Right?
Yes, you're happy. I'm sure that it happened.
She
but
is the best part. She's
the
the best part of my week. The time I get to spend with her is absolutely the best. It's my favorite.
Exactly.
But
you shouldn't feel guilty about saying like, I did not plan for this.
It's not a plan. Not a plan.
Wasn't something I signed up for. However,
not a plan.
Being an adult, you do things that those kind of things can happen. So you just have to.
Whoopsies. Anyway. Anyway, I don't want her to develop a complex of any sort. But she will never know, or she will never think she is unloved. That is not a thing that will ever happen, because I love her more than life.
She doesn't have to worry about that.
Yeah, if something happened to her, I would destroy the entire planet. That's like that's the feeling I have in my heart. You know what I mean?
Yes.
She's the most important thing.
It'd be a rampage. It would be a rampage.
Oh, like just go into berserker mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, you know what? That was a solid wrap, I think, to a really good episode, because it was a feel-good one. I feel good. I feel happy. This was really fun. A nice, solid episode 13.
Yeah, right? So I think that's it. Follow us on all the social medias. I'm Mark Adam. I'm in Winnipeg, Manitoba, not by choice. And Katie is in Nova Scotia, Tantallon specifically, but she's in the Halifax area. She's technically part of what used to be called the Halifax Regional Municipality. It has been rebranded Halifax. So
whatever that is. Anyway, I'm here. You're there.
The amalgamation happened in 1995. It was about fucking time they rebranded it to the actual. Okay, we're just Halifax now. Can we just be Halifax now? That was the intent. We have one mayor. I say we like I still live there, but
it's okay. Your heart's still here.
Yeah, I know. Again, follow us on all the social medias. Follow us on all the social medias. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Yeah, sorry, what were you saying?
No, I was just gonna say subscribe on YouTube, because I think we're at like 19 subscribers, but like we're
only 81 away from what we need.
But like, if you guys just share or like just subscribe, and like you don't have to like watch our videos every week, but like just throw it on there, and if you feel like it, then we're there.
Oh man, we would love that.
Yes.
Plus,
love it. Anyway,
every time we come out with like a new like concept or because for the PaRANTing, for the Patreon members, which is patreon.com/PaRANTing, where if you pay money, you get extra content and stuff from us. For those people, when we come up with like a new concept that's going to be a series or whatever, the first one goes on our YouTube page for everybody, so that you can see what kind of cool stuff we're doing, and then you go subscribe. But if you're subscribed to YouTube, then you don't miss any of those, and it's really cool. So do that. So
exactly.
That would be very helpful.
Also, any of you who are still listening to this podcast, woot woot, high five, congratulations. Also, thanks for the self high five. Love that. Just any of you who are still listening, you get to hear the fact that we are going to be doing another contest soon. Like super soon. So we got things happening, and it's like an interactive type contest. So if you're listening, keep a lookout for that. We're gonna try and do that this week coming up. So we're March break.
Yes.
So if you're still listening, check that out. Keep up with us. We want your input. We want to hear from you. We want you to win free stuff.
Winning free stuff is good. Losing free stuff is shitty.
But at least you didn't have to pay for it if it was
Facebook,
free. Anyway.
Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, and then all of the audio places you can think of. Spotify, iTunes, Google Play Music.
We're everywhere.
Yeah, all the places. Breaker, Stitcher, Pocket Casts, I forget them all. Radio Public. They're all over the place. Okay.
You know.
Yeah. Anchor.fm/PaRANTing is where you go if you want to see a list of where it's all available. Please go ahead and subscribe. We would really appreciate it. See you next week. I can't believe this has been 13 episodes of this podcast already. How amazing is that? Yay!
We did it!
We did it! Okay, so episode 14 coming at you next week. Yes!
Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye. Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/PaRANTing. We would really love your support. It would mean a lot to us. You get a whole bunch of really cool extras and other series that we do aside from just talking about parenting. So please go check that out. It's we would greatly appreciate it again.